Great. So hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to this very special segment of the Science of Mind Club. As you know, that our endeavor is that we should introduce you to learn from the coaches, learn from the healers and the leaders who can guide you on your way of becoming a better version of yourself. We are so excited, so delighted that we have a special guest with us today. And today we have, a friend, a teacher, a healer with us. We have Jasmine with us, and Jasmine is originally from Mauritius, but she's been living in Germany for almost 38 years. And she says, and in her own words, that healing and miracles are deeply rooted in the culture of Mauritius. And after spending 36 years in work in a prestigious international space organization and in German industry, the leading executive search firm, she decided, very mindfully, she decided that her desire is to help people become better. And this decision is still now, in her own words, filling her with gratitude. And this is her passion. And she got introduced to modalities like quantum healing, which was there in 2008 in her life. And then she became a certified hypnotherapist, which is duly recognized by BIEK Institute, as well as she is now a quantum healing methods teacher as well. And in her mission, she is supporting a lot of people, changing a lot of lives, and bringing this inner healing in their life in many many different ways. We are filled with gratitude. We have so much excitement and happiness to welcome her on this video podcast that we have, and it's great to have you, Jasmine. A very warm welcome to this.
Hello, Anupam and dear listeners. I am really happy and honored to be here. Anupam, it is a pleasure to be here, to be your guest today. And I am really pleased to be, to share my experience, to share what I lived with the people, because it comes from my heart.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, a lot of our listeners, they want to know that what is your journey so far, and how it has been inspirational in the path that you have chosen. So tell us something about your journey, Jasmine.
Yes, of course, Anupam. I was born in Mauritius. I grew up in Mauritius, and it is a bit similar to India. I feel so connected to both India and Mauritius because a lot of the culture is also entwined. And being there, growing up there, we are exposed to a lot of culture, to religion. And for me, there is always a higher source. It is the belief. Yeah, there is no name, there is the source. And this, I guess, is a big part of what I'm living now. Yes. And I came then to Germany at the young age of 21. And like everyone else, it was for a better life to go abroad, because I grew up in a family, a workers' family. Life was always difficult. And I know what it means that you eat in the morning and there's nothing the whole day. It was normal at my time that you then had dinner, which was rice and veggies with the family, in the evening. This is how I grew up, just to show the background I have. And coming here to Germany, when I think about it, was my destiny. I had to come here, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have been here now where I am now, and being able to help others, because this is my biggest wish. And I think everything which happened in my life, also the difficult part, was to bring me here where I am now. And yes, and I worked And as you said, I worked 36 years, over 36 years, in an international organization, and also in German firm, a company. It is an executive search company. And of course, it was a stressful work. And I worked a lot. And at the end of the day, I was no more on my path, because in 2008, at a difficult time in my life, I came to quantum healing. Yeah. It's well known that when you are in a difficult turn in your life, you come to something beautiful. And this happened to me in 2008. I discovered the quantum healing. And having the background which I had from home, with all the being close, to wonder, to religion, to beliefs, and to source, it was for me, wow, that's fantastic. I was hooked. Yeah. And my curiosity has never stopped. So in the course of the time, I did in 2014 the reconnection healing from Eric Pearl. It is a healing from the energy of the universe, which you channel, and everyone can do it. It's just you get tuned to it, yeah. And once you start, these things doesn't stop. It grows and grows and grows. And then I did other modalities, but I was always working, working and being perfect and functioning perfect. That was what was my daily life. So quantum healing was just with me, accompanying me, and I did it with friends, with relatives, and but at a point in 2023, I got sick, really sick, that I had to stop, rethink about everything, what's the most important thing in my life. And then I decided to change. And this was such a beauty to have. Now, when I look back, I'm so thankful for having been sick and for having been in this difficult time, so that I could really make a stop and turn to my path. And my path is helping others, and helping others to help themselves, because I believe that every healing is self-healing, but we healers, therapists, we are here to guide the people, to show them the way. And this opportunity I had, and I'm on that path really since 1 year, a bit over a year, so that I said, okay, I'm doing a break and I'm starting over.
Wonderful, yes. Wonderful. I think your story is full of so many, inspiring turns, and the course that you have taken, especially to the people who are watching and the learners who come to this forum. I think they always look forward for insights and inspiration. And your story, what I can definitely connect is that even in those challenges, there was something new which was ready to be born. As a healer, which is now spreading that kind of a positivity and light to people. So I'm curious, Jasmine, that what was your motivation of, let's say, gravitating towards things like quantum healing and hypnotherapy? What was your reason, and what keeps you going, in this?
Yes, Anupam, it was indeed that difficult time when it started in 2008. It was a very difficult time in my life, and discovering that there is a world of quantum healing, that I can do the difference for me. That was so empowering. And as I said, 2023, I got sick, because I never thought how much stress can make someone sick. And now when I see, the people who just don't stop, who just run from morning to the evening, and on the holidays are working also, I think about, oh my God, if only they knew that they need to take a break. And I would like to shout that out loud. Every opportunity I get, I tell people, work is fine, but take time and come down. It's so much important because I've lived it. I know what I am talking about. And in 2023, I got really sick, and then I continued to work, of course. And summer of 23, I broke my leg because I wasn't listening. And of course, I was working after that. 2 days after my operation, I was working, of course, because I thought nothing works without me. And it happens that after a month, I stepped on my foot. But I'm sure, I have no doubt, it is because I was not listening. So I had a second operation, and after that I thought something must change. So I turned back to listening to my body, to do meditation again, to turn back to quantum healing. Really, I was having the traditional medicine, the science medicine, of course, because as we say, we don't heal, but we can help the traditional, the normal medicine, and this was what I was doing. And this brought me again to more modalities. And one of those modalities is the sacred activations from Tamra Oviatt. And this was like firing, this beauty again. And and she talked in our course about hypnosis. And this is how I came to hypnosis. I read a book of Dolores Cannon, 5 Lives Remembered, where she talked about this. And Dolores is a pioneer of hypnotherapy, of hypnosis, and she developed a method where you can work on traumas, PTSD, in no time. No need to go for years of therapy, crying on a chair again and again, every weeks, every month. So this fascinated me. And this is how I came on this path. I would say it's coincidence, but you and me, we know there is no coincidence.
There are no coincidence. No, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yes.
And it's quite inspiring. And what you said really sticks with me in my head, that definitely in today's life, the kind of stress that young professionals are getting exposed to, I think that is multifold. I don't know how aware are you about the Indian news and the scenario, but there have been few instances recently where young professionals, like 26 years of age, 30 years of age, they are getting stressed out, depressed, and they are taking some wrong turns in their life. So I know that what you're sharing is got so much value for the people who are there, maybe listening to this podcast, or the young professionals who are there working in these stressful jobs. It is important to take that break. Your story is so inspiring. And what you said, again, I've just made a note here, that listening to your body, listening to that path of healing, I think that is a very important call that we have to answer. And in your journey, I know that you are quite a learned person when it comes to feels like healing, feels like energy healing, quantum healing, and you have done a lot of groundwork and research on these topics, which I know for sure. So can you suggest for, let's say, our audience, is there something that they can do to kind of calm down, or to kind of connect with their inner self, connect with that reservoir of limitless possibilities, which can kind of mindfully help them come out of stress. So, is there a technique which you can share for the benefit of our back in it?
Yes, Anupam, absolutely. I would first of all ask the people, because very often we try to do everything for others, so others get feel well, but we forget ourselves. It's nothing with being egoist, no. It's just you have to love yourself. This is so important. And take care of yourself. Because if you get sick, then you don't help anyone else. This I've learned. Because if I'm sick, I can't help anyone else. So it's very important to listen to the body. And whenever you think, yes, it's too much. I am doing too much. It's too much on my desk. I cannot. Then talk to your colleagues, your boss. And if you go out and talk to them, there will be a feedback. It may be the first step is not easy, but do it because you love yourself. And remember, if you are sick, you don't help anyone. This is very important. And the second thing which I can give to people, which is really easy, it doesn't take a lot of time. You can do it in the morning. I do it in the morning, the first thing. Even if I'm still lying in bed, it's just I visualize myself in the light. As I said, there is source, creator of all that is. There is no name, there is no religion. There is this great power, which is there for all of us. Just imagine a beautiful light coming from above, going through your crown chakra, going through all your chakras, connecting you down, deep down, to the heart chakra of Mother Earth. And bring back this light through your soul, through the sole of your feet, up, and imagine this enlightens all your body, your cells. And this just, it is a beautiful way to start the day. And you can release all the stress, and start the day fresh. It's just a couple of minutes. And you don't need to know how to meditate. It's just a simple thing. A thing you can do also when you feel you are very stressed. Just take a deep breath in and just imagine this light. I believe it really makes one wonder. It's really magical. This would be a simple thing.
Wow. Even when you were describing to me this exercise, I know that it sounds very simple, but the moment when I was visualizing it, I could sense that immediately, that whole feeling of being centered, instead of being all the direction, and that positivity of that aura of that energy, and it's so and again bringing the context that we have here, especially most of our audience are from India. They connect so very well with this material, and I think that it is so important that we center ourselves, we connect ourselves with that source that you mentioned, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yes, it's absolutely. And Anupam, what I love about this is, as we say, it is from above, so below. It balances everything. You receive what you need to receive, and you release. You give back to Mother Earth, who loves us. Yeah, and you take the purified energy, and it goes throughout all your cells, and you will see it makes a difference. It seems so simple, but yet it's so powerful.
Awesome. So, friends who are listening to this podcast or who are watching it, this is a golden nugget that we just got on this video. interview is that it is so important that we connect with that energy around us, in us, and it is important that we sometimes disconnect from that stress, and nowadays it is all the more important that we have a ritual. What Jasmine shared is so important, that even the start of the day, just like how important it is for us to get ready, get going, exercise or anything, it's so important that we connect with that part of us. And I think that's so amazing. And thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing that. That's a really valuable
I
insight.
You're welcome, Anupam. And what I would like to say also about the stress, just to manage, just always take time for yourself. It's so important. We always think we have to perform, we have to be perfect, but just take a time for us. It's so important. I mean, I can really give that from my heart, because I've lived it. I told you how I was working after my
Yes.
operation. It was a day after my operation I was working, and for me it was like nothing would go without me. But life taught me better, and I had a second operation. Otherwise, I think I would have continued. I wouldn't have stopped. And it's so important, especially when you say young people are suffering already from the stress from working. This should make us stop, all of us, take responsibility and help others. This is important. And this is part of what I would like to do. What I
Yes.
love now to do is helping others.
Absolutely. In fact, there was so many last time when we were talking, and you shared a lot of breakthrough stories where, I think there's people who are connecting, and you are able to kind of work with them. So the question that comes to my mind is that if, let's say, somebody listening to this video podcast, or watching us, is there something they can do to get in touch with you? We'll definitely be flashing your contact details on this chat segment. But are there any particular cases that kind of interest you, or where you like to work with people? Would you like to share a bit about that, Jasmine, and how people can get in touch with you?
Yes, Anupam, via my email, which you will show.
Definitely.
Also, I work. I love to have. I love to work with people. I love to help people. This is something which is so deep inside me. But I must say, I don't work like there are the boxes. I am a therapist, a hypnotherapist. I am a quantum healer, and I do the modality. I have all these modalities which I've learned over the years. Yeah, I am a past life regressionist as well, and I do the BQH. But when someone comes to me, then I open my basket, I open the box, and I work individually. I have a holistic approach. I have made the experience that, for example, someone comes for weight loss. I will just not address the weight loss. I go deep back, because I go individually on the person, I go and address what I see. And also with the quantum healing, I don't always need to know what's behind, because I use also the quantum healing. It is so intelligent. Yeah. So it is a different approach, so that I can't just put a label on what I do, on what I will use. I use everything. Like Freddie says, it's when someone is there in front of me, or it's even in person or on Zoom. I am there, and in this the time I do everything I can. I do everything to help this person, because this is my most wish, is to help this person. So I don't look at the time, I don't see what I use. It comes instinctively. Also, the more you are in this energy, the more intuitive you are. And I think it is such a gift of the universe to be able to work with this. And when we last talked, and Anupam, you said a beautiful thing. The universe gave us, we were lucky to receive. And now it's our turn to give back. And this is a phrase, a sentence which always follow me, you know. And talking about this, I get goosebumps right now. And this is my wish, Anupam, is to give back, because I come from a family, a poor life. And I had the chance to come here. I had the chance to learn. It is my path. It was my path to walk. I walked that path, and I am now here. And my biggest wish is to give back. And in this contents, I would like to say, I am starting in giving back. I'm giving back in Mauritius, my homeland, but it doesn't mean that it has to be just there. I'm giving back to those who cannot afford this. You know, I'm intending to give back one person, to help one person with 2 sessions or more, whichever that person need, someone who cannot afford this. I would like to give back, because someone before helped me, gave me, because otherwise I wouldn't be here where I am. Yeah.
That message straight away touched my heart, because it was from the heart, and I know that, you know, this space from which you are operating, it is so amazing, and I have a deep sense of gratitude. And as you said, that is the holistic approach that you have, and for you, you know, that person, it's a very, very unique person and that problem, and you designed this for the person, and you are giving a lot of these things from the heart. I think that's so amazing, and people who are listening to this, definitely you should reach out if in case you require the help, you require those learnings, those insights. And Jasmine is on Facebook. Her handle there is Jasmine SoulAlignment. That's such a soulful and word that embodies, I would say, that the real purpose of this work, and really, really interesting. So I wish that we could talk more about it, and probably we invite you again on this. But the format of this interview series is a little bit time bound, for especially keeping in mind our young audience who have a little bit lesser attention span. But really loved and enjoyed learning from you, learning from your insight, Jasmine, and definitely it is much needed for a time like this where people have a lot of these stresses around. Before we wind up, before we say that thank you on this interview, but definitely we would love to learn one final thing or one final message that you would like to give to our community of people. And we are calling it Self-Mastery Zone, because everyone is competing with themselves to become a better version. So what is it that you want to share as a final message, a final word?
Yes, speaking to the stress, about the stress, love yourself. And the second thing is, remember the power of your mind. Remember the power of your mind. Think always positive, because we have always the scenario, everything goes not so easy. Everything is not going to turn out well. Nothing has happened yet. So believe in the power of your mind and think positive, and know that you are beautiful creatures, full of love and light. And remember this. And I think positive, and take time to be happy, and take time just to be a child again. Take time. We forget how it was to be a child. So take time to be a child again. I think this is very powerful against stress.
Wonderful. Wonderful. There were a lot of amazing takeaways, a lot of great insights. And again, what you said towards the end, be that child you enjoy and you carry that happiness wherever you are. Awesome. That was so amazing to have you on this special episode of Science of Mind Club. And I'm absolutely sure that people listening, they definitely have got a lot of takeaways and a lot of ideas. And thank you so much for sharing all these ideas from your heart. Jasmine, and really, really, it makes a difference. In India, we have a tradition. Whenever we feel grateful, we join both of our hands. This is what we call Namaste. And this means that thank you so much for sharing your excellence with us, so that we can also go ahead and find our excellence. So thank you so much, Jasmine.
Thank you so much, Anupam. It was a pleasure to be here, a pleasure, and I'm glad if I've shared a bit of light with your listeners. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you.
From my heart.
Awesome.